Now why do you believe? Tell me, why?
Let me tell you. Why Christianity is true.
I would tell him to just look around, like making something like this world this beautiful and that works this well and is this beautiful. You gotta have an artist. It wouldn't just happen.
I grew up in a Christian household, and Jesus, he was around me always, but I didn't really know who he was. And it wasn't until I became older that I found out what Jesus really was. I had to prove to myself two things. One, that Jesus was the way, and that there was no other way, no other religion that was correct. What I found in my research was this little verse called John 14:6, and it says, "I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me." That just proves to me that Jesus is the only way. And when I looked at other religions, they all weren't pointing to themselves. They were saying, "Oh, this is a way, but this is not the only way." But Jesus says that he is the way, and that there was no other way except through him. Secondly, I had to prove through my own eyes in science that there was an existence of God. Is the things around us, the nature, the space, the everything around us. Me looking at that and saying, this is just so complex and so perfect that even if one little thing was off, that nothing would exist at all.
How does faith complement reason? Are they in conflict or harmony?
Ooh. How does faith complement reason? Are they in harmony or conflict? I think they're so reason is just us using our brain, and faith is a trust in something that we don't see. I think they complement each other, and I think you see that in just anyone's faith journey. It's, the Bible talks about a head knowledge, which in the Greek is called gnosis, and or a heart knowledge, which is in the Greek is called epignosis, and those two things are important, both of them. We have to. So gnosis means like knowing about God. Epignosis is knowing God deeply and personally. And so I think for us to have faith, we have to know mentally, like, does this make sense? But then that doesn't save you. Your head knowledge, faith doesn't save you. It's your epignosis, this relational, this experiential faith that saves us. So they go hand in hand. They're not in conflict. They're completely in harmony. And I think God makes us too in ways where some of us are like more I feel like there's a God, and and that's fine with them. And there's others that are like mentally like they have to like know and convince themselves or be convinced that there's a God, and God will reach those people in both ways. So yeah, they're in harmony.
Well,
I'm like one of those guys who has to be convinced that there is a God. And all the evidence that I've seen has shown me that there is a God, and that the God is Jesus and the Trinity. And I am very happy that Jesus is God, because he is someone who loves us, someone who gives us purpose, and someone who can better our lives. Hopefully our friends up next can give us some great advice for you. And it was for me, because it helped me in my relationship with Jesus.
How do you experience God's presence in your daily life?
We're just rapid firing this. In my daily life, I have tried to get really good at praying throughout the day, even if it's literally for like 10 seconds on my way to Bible class with Mr. Poost. Sometimes I'll pray.
The best advice that I could give to someone when they're having doubt is just to keep going. You know, it may not be easy, you may not like it, but eventually you'll get through it. Even if you're doubting yourself, it may be hard at sometimes, but eventually you'll get through it.
What do you think the biggest challenge is in Christianity in today's culture? I think that the biggest challenge for Christians is when they know the Bible, but they don't have a personal relationship with God. Having a personal relationship with God allows us to grow closer to Him and seek Him for our future and ask Him questions so we can live by His will.
I just want to end with one more Bible verse, one more word of wisdom before we head out. It's Revelation 1:8. I am the Alpha and the Omega, says the Lord God, who is, who was, and who is to come, the Almighty. Meaning, God is in all control, and He's always been in control of our lives. And He has a purpose for everyone, and He has shown me that He has a purpose for me. And I think a great conclusion to my story is that I have a purpose in God's plan. Thank you everybody who did my interviews. Also, Mr. Boost, please give me an A. I worked so hard on this. And yeah, thanks for watching.